Hi friends, it's Liz here. Thank you for joining me today. I'm so excited to be sharing this video because I've made a lot of different ephemera for my junk journals, and also, things as always you can send in snail mail or share with friends. So I have been working with Digital Collage Club and the Shabby French collection. I think I've used some additional pieces, maybe from vintage labels, but I will link everything below just in case I forget anything, as usually I do when I'm making these videos. So to get started, I'll be showing you these two pieces first, and also in this video I will show you how to make some of the pieces as well. So to get started, I wanted to make like little booklets, and it's always nice to have those to stick in a journal. So I used the Shabby French digital papers, which is like a collage sheet. You can just see the different designs on it. And so I made these little, I guess they're styled after the Matchbox type of things, but they're little booklets. And so they just have extra, pieces of varieties of papers that you could use. And what I did with these is I attached them with these vintage, what are they called? I use them a lot, fasteners. They're like brass vintage fasteners, and so I attached them with that because then you can add more pages if you want, or take the pages out, which I always like to do. And then I just made a little pocket at the bottom, of course using some of the ephemera from the collection, the Shabby French collection. I really love these because they're super fun and easy to make, and you can add them to your journals as little extra journaling booklets, and as I said, you can always send them to friends as well. I've also used some trims from A Tattered Dream, and I will link her shop below, Denise's shop. So this is the other little booklet, and I just kind of made the papers come on the bottom of this one, again attaching them with the same brass fasteners, and then the pocket is on the top here with some of the ephemera pieces. So I am really liking how these came out. Like I said, these could be sent in snail mail and pen pal mail, or you can just add them to a little to a journal as little extra writing spaces. So then the next ones I'm really happy about, and I think, and I'm not sure if this is from Patricia Viramontes. I think that's who I saw make these because she makes fabulous, pockets and things like that. I will link her channel below. I think that's where I saw it. I know I had written it down, but I forgot. So I'll double check. But these are like little floating pockets that are actually paper clips. So I'll show you what I made. I've made like a couple different versions of them. So to start off with this one, for me, they start off with these little bags that I make using my die cut. Now I have some of these in the shop. If you're interested, I will link my shop below as well. And I used this sort of color of paper for these ones, but I didn't coffee stain it because I was going to cover it up. So you could coffee stain your pages. You can use coin envelopes. You don't really have to use these bags, but I really like the way that they come out because it gives you different levels of pockets. So I'll show you how to make one of these in the video, but I'll show you first what I've done. So the front of it, as you can see, has different little pockets, and then it's got another little tuck spot in the back. So again, this is from the Shabby French collection from Digital Collage Club. I also have coupon codes for Digital Collage Club. I will link those below if you are going to be purchasing anything. Don't forget to check those out. It's always great to get a discount. This is my version of my canceled stamp embellishments. I've done them in different ways, but this is the latest one that I have made. I will link that video below if you haven't seen it. I've got different versions of making these types of little embellishments that you can hang from your different projects, but I thought this one just came out so cute, again using some ephemera from Digital Collage Club. And then of course you see how it just gives it a nice layer. This one here, the back, it has a nice embossed tag. I'll show you a tip on how to get sort of double use of your embossing folders and making lots more little projects with them. So I'll show you a little tip on that in the video as well. And of course you've got your paper clip. So, you know, I'm just going to grab my ideas journal. If you haven't seen this video, I will link it below. I know I keep saying that. So it would attach to your journal, your junk journal page, really easy. And now you've got a little pocket, you know, with added ephemera. And I think it just looks really nice to have, you know, something on your pages when you're working on something. Okay, so the next one that I did is very similar. Again, just did different layering. This is a different style of sort of fabric scrappiness. I also have a video showing you how I put that one together if you're interested. But this one hangs from the tag in the back. Again, the embossed paper. I've got a tip on that, as I mentioned. So here we've got just sort of different layering again with the little envelope. This one's actually one of my tags that I shrunk down from my digitals, and I just love how cute they can come out when you shrink them down as well. And that's also from using my French collection in the back as well. And then of course I've got some labels from Digital Collage Club, and they just go nicely in the front. And then of course you've got the extra little pocket in the back with another little French journaling card. So that's this one here. And then the next one I didn't make into a paper clip because I wanted to do something different. So again, just a little bit of layering. See how I've added the little book page envelope there, which I'll show you how to make that in the video as well. And, you know, just different little labels as well as my other little tiny tag from my kit. I think it just looks so nice. So much that you can add to a tiny little space, I think is just perfect. And then these are more labels from Digital Collage Club, as well as the, just put that back there, this one here, which I think is just gorgeous. So what I did for this, I thought it would be nice as a floating pocket. So I just added a little pocket to the back. Again, that's from the same collection. And then this is just a little label that I stamped. This is from the French, I forgot what she calls them, but again, I will link those below. I just think they look so cute and full of goodness. So I'm loving making them, because you can make them ahead of time, you know, moments that you're trying to make something and not sure what you want to make. And then you've got your little embellishments ready to send out to friends, add to your journals, etc. So let me show you how to make one of these, what I use, and also the tips and tricks that I mentioned for the embossing. All right, let's get started. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'll be using these little bags to make it, but also these little book page envelopes that I have made. I'm going to show you how to make these because they're super easy to make. Depending on the size of your paper, that would be the size that you would get. So I'm using a piece of paper that I've cut into 4 by 4, so it has to be a square. And then as you'll see here, I'll just be making a few folds to make the little envelope. And this is one of the easiest ways I have seen to make them. If you don't have any of the, you know, die cuts for them, or the dies, I should say. And if you just want to make something quick with pieces that you have. So then you'll fold one piece towards the center, making sure that it's in the center of your folds, as you see here. And you'll grab the other side as well. And then once you're done with this, whichever side you want it to be, your bottom or top, is up to you. Again, if you're using, let's say, some digitals or scrapbook paper, just take note of which way your paper is facing, because that's the way that your finished envelope will look. but I think it's just another way to use book pages, you know, to make these little envelopes as you need them. So how are you all doing? For us, I'm in Ontario, Canada. We're starting to look at shutting down again, not completely, but you know, we're definitely limiting get-togethers now to you know, 5 people, I guess, in a family getting together, and just lots of limits are starting again, because from what we're seeing all around the world, COVID is, you know, starting back up again, and we're starting to really have to look at stopping it in its tracks before it gets out of hand again. My kids are currently taking online school, so I did not send them back to school, and I think that's just the best way for us to handle this right now, to keep us safe and to keep other people safe, just in case, you know, there is an asymptomatic person anywhere, and we wouldn't want to give this to anyone else. Although, like I said, we don't really have anything. We just don't want to take any risks at this point, you know, with family or friends, etc. So we are definitely still trying to keep to staying home as much as possible, only going out when necessary, and always wearing our masks. And I've heard this a lot from people, but yes, you do have to cover your nose and your mouth for it to be effective. So that's basically what we've been up to at this point. I've heard a lot of, you know, different countries are at different stages at this point, but it does sound like it's starting back up again. So let's keep each other safe, my friends. Okay, so from what you can see here, I just added a little bit of something to the bottom of the envelope. I have a leftover piece here from my French digitals, my French letters digitals, and I'm just going to use this as a little extra piece to add you know, a different layer to the bottom of the envelope. I think it's just nice to add different layers to your work, you know, whether it be ribbons, papers, trims, that sort of thing. It just gives it a little more interest. So that's what I'll be doing to this one, and then I'm thinking that we will move on to just looking at the different ephemera that I'll be adding to this one as well. This is a little stamp. I think it's from, you know what, I'm not even going to guess, but it is a DCC kit that I will link below. I was thinking it was maybe from the fall themed one, but I'm not sure right now. I'll link below what I've used. Okay, so I think I'll show you the tip that I mentioned with the embossing. So what I've done is, and this isn't my idea, of course, you add your piece of cardstock that you will be embossing inside of your glassine bag before you pass it through your embossing machine. So you can see how beautiful they came out. These are bags from A Tattered Dream. So you would put your paper inside your glassine bag and then put this inside your embossing folder and then run it through your machine. And now you have your glassine bag that is not ripped or torn, and also your paper, but you've got, you know, 2 pieces that you can use, your bags and your paper after you've done that process. So I think it's just such a great idea, because you get to kind of emboss 2 things at once, and then none of it ends up tearing apart. I used to find that my papers would tear apart, or the glassine bags when I tried to emboss them, if I don't do this process. So just double them up, and then you get 2 pieces at the same time, which is great. So now I'm just trying to figure out what size of tag I want to make with this part of the embossed folder. And these folders, I did get them from, I believe, In Love Art's shop. I will link that below, as well as the coupon code for their store as well if you're interested in getting any of the die cuts that I usually get from there. I'm hoping that they still have them because they usually sell out, but we'll see. If I can find the link for it, I will put it below. So this is the other thing that I do as well, is I usually just take a previous tag that I have, or tags that I use as my sample tags. I keep some blank tags with different angles of corners that I have cut, just so that I can make quick tags like this. And now you've got some, now I have a tag, and we'll just finish this one up as well. I think I'll add a little piece to the top as my enforcer. If you don't have the whole reinforcers, you can just grab a piece of paper and, fold it over. And I think it still looks really nice because it's, again, a different layer, and you've got a visual kind of difference to your project. So that's what I'll be doing with this. I'll just be gluing it on, and then using my, oh my gosh, what is it called? I'll have to remember the name, but I will link it below. You can use your hole punch to do this, but I just have the different tool that I kind of use for just about everything when it comes to punching my holes. I think it's not the Big Bite, but oh my gosh, Cropper or something. Anyways, I'll link it below. I have a link of my favorite supplies as well, because I usually get asked, where you can get certain items that you see in the videos, but I will link that below just in case you're interested in anything that I like to use, and I usually have links to those as well. So I'll just be finishing this one off, and I think I'll start a second one just to show you the process again, and just the different ways that I will be finishing, as well as I'll be showing you how I actually add the paper clip to, I guess, make it the altered paper clip, if that's what this is. So just going to be adding some of the different little ephemera pieces. For this little envelope, I was thinking of, closing the flap, but maybe leaving it open is also nice, because you can see what's inside of the little envelope. So again, it's just, you can select your ephemera pieces, and you can just see how many pieces you can actually add to this little altered paperclip project. And I really like that as well, because there's just so many things you can put in here. And of course, you can have any theme. But I had chosen the shabby French theme for this one, because I think it goes with anything really, and I like to have pieces that are sort of being that you can use them in many projects, and I think this is something that could be added to just about any project. And of course, if I was getting specific with a theme, like if it was a bee theme or holiday theme, like fall, Christmas, etc., it would also look nice in those junk journal projects. So for this tag, you see me just adding another one of those little fabric embellishments. I think it's just, again, another nice layer. I have a video showing you how I make these, but super easy to make. If you want to see it, I will link that below. So I'm going to start on the second one now, and then I'll be adding the paper clip also, so you can see how I've done that. But again, I'm just gluing two sides so I can leave one side of the back of the envelope open, so that it has a little bit more space for layering. And I shouldn't say layering, to be able to add different sizes of ephemera to the back. So that I'm not limited to, keeping within the little envelope space in the back. And then again, I'm just showing you how I add some of the embellishments here. So I've been watching a lot of the creators talk about, again, the same issues with YouTube, and how their videos are not being seen because of the fun algorithms. And my goodness, it's just happening all over. So I'm hoping that this is something that, gets fixed soon, because I recently started seeing videos pop up of people that I haven't seen in a long time. And again, I was surprised to know that they have been, posting videos. I just hadn't seen them. So what I've started doing, and I don't know if you've noticed, is in my community tab, I'll kind of add a link to a video periodically, just in case some of you haven't seen it, because it's super easy to, to have them not show up, I guess, at this point. And as creators, we have to try to kind of keep up with that algorithm by kind of switching things up a little bit with, how we share with you and the different places we can share our videos and our work with you, because otherwise you may not see it. And this reminds me, don't forget to enter my September giveaway. I will have that video linked below. I try to do a monthly giveaway on my channel as a thank you to my subscribers. And, it's just little things that I like to put together for the different month. I guess it's just the different creative projects that I make every month. And I try to either add some of that or, just kind of gather different ephemera pieces that I have in my space that I can send out. And I think it's just so fun to get surprise mail, and you're not sure what you're going to get sometimes, and sometimes I will definitely show you what the winner will be getting. So for my last giveaway, I've got some pieces that are going out to one of the winners, but I also, because now I have digitals in my shop, I am able to offer some of those as well to you, and that just makes me happy because I'm able to give away more things, since I can also give away some of my digitals. So I'm so excited about that. So let's just see what else we finish this off with. So remember to hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already, because I know that's definitely a way that you will be alerted when I have a new video up. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you'll see that I post there often to keep updated with what I'm working on. So that's just another way that you can also see when I'm coming up with new projects. Okay, so let me show you the easy way to add the paper clip to the back. I'm sure you've seen this done many times, but for those of you that like to see the entire process, I'll be showing you that as well. And yeah, it's going to be a really fun and easy project. I like to use leftover pieces of cardstock or scrapbook paper because it's a little bit easier, I find, to hold, and or at least for it to hold on my paper that I'm going to be attaching my paper clip. And then this is where you decide where you want your paper clip to face. So if you're going to have your embellishment, coming in on the left, on the right, or from the top, etc., that's how you would angle your where you're gluing your paper clip. But for this project, I'm just going to show you how I will glue the paper clip on when this embellishment will be coming in from the right side of my page. So I'll be attaching it that way. And then I like to add the small part of the paper clip to the inside of the piece that I'll be gluing on, and leaving the longer part of the paper clip on the outside, as you can see here. And this is just, where you just hold it down till it adheres. So that's it. That's how you add your paper clip to the back. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave a comment below if you want to see more of these craft with me projects. I'm trying to make a lot more ephemera for some projects that I'm working on, and as I mentioned before, I'm working on some custom orders, so I'll be making lots of different pieces for that. And if you wanted to see the process, let me know. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for stopping by.